Welcome to City League Sports, the show where we share some stories about all things Columbus City League athletics. Today we have some class of 22 CCS first-team football players in the studio, right? We got Africentric's Dan Wagner, Beechcroft's Antwoin Reed Jr., and we got South High School's Daizhon Cox. Gentlemen, I'm going to start over here. We're going to go alphabetically backwards. Daizhon, say hello to everybody and say what's up to all the listeners.
What up? My name is Daizhon, and I hope y'all enjoy the show. What's up?
There you go. We're going to go over here. Let's hit it, big fella.
What up, y'all? Big Twan from Beechcroft. Stay tuned.
There you go. Come on, go ahead, young man over there.
Dan Wagner from Africentric. How y'all doing?
My guy. Say it again. Say your name again, man.
Dan Wagner from Africentric.
Yeah, my guy. I see this young man a lot. We share some space here in the school district. You know, gentlemen, hey, so look, I'm honored. My name is Vince Clarino. I'm the host of this wonderful podcast, and I'm honored to have you all here on the show with us. Today, man, we're going to chop it up a little bit because here's something that I've watched you all, in some sense, almost like grow up in our school district, right? So I've seen some of your athletic prowess and some of the things that you've accomplished. But more importantly, I want to start with some football stuff. This past season, your seniors. Dan, I'm gonna go to you first. Dan, if I can remember, you played a little bit of wide receiver,
yeah. Right?
So like I'm throwing it to you. When you look back on the season and the success that Africentric had football this year, what stands out to you?
Most importantly, the culture change. I say that because it wasn't like how it was before.
Okay.
Once sports, our sport, we got better in football, the whole school changed.
Nice. So you felt that? I mean, like when you were saying cultural change, I think you were speaking. I thought you were speaking within the team, but you're saying you could feel in the school, just a change in the school energy.
Yeah, and then I just let everybody come out and be able to play without having no explanation on why. Because it used to be a reason on why people play for Africentric. Now people want to play for Africentric. Nice. Okay. So so I got the culture change, but let's talk a little bit about some of the games. Do you have a game that stands out to you somewhere where because here's what I learned.
Don't do it.
Here's what I learned with football guys. Football guys say you out there balling. Right? Basketball players say we hooping. Yeah. So was there a game when you was balling out and you was just getting it? Is there a game or something that comes into your mind?
Honestly, just because one of my losers are in the room. We got Daizhon, the South High School. That game was crazy. It was sold out.
Nice. Okay. Playing before a big crowd is fun.
Yeah, sold out. It was definitely a competitive game. It was crazy. I scored the third play of the game.
The third play from scrimmage?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was it was just hype from the jump.
Yeah.
And we were going at it, so it was fun. And it was people I grew up with and played with before, so it was
the energy was there. Those are fun moments.
It was crazy because the play scored off of, we worked on it the whole week in practice. Because they sent him on a little
you was well prepared for it then.
Yeah, so they sent him on a little wheel route, and it's then he just go on the streak. And
Speed kills.
Speed does. I share this. Speed definitely kills, right? It's one of those things. And look, I see Big Twan. We're gonna get to you, but in all reality, right? It's funny because in sports they say there's two things you can't teach. You can't teach speed, and you can't teach height. Right? Somebody just faster than you, just faster than you, right? Somebody just bigger than you, they just bigger than you. I know we're gonna get you because you bigger than a lot of guys, but you know what I mean, Big Twan, sometimes you bigger than a lot of guys. And so those things you can't teach. But so y'all had prepared for the play, knew it was coming, seen it coming, and he was still able to execute.
Like you said, it was just the speed. It was crazy because we worked on it 10 times, because they ran the play that was their third play of the game, the first 2 games that they played, and then he scored off of it. So we were all right, so the third play, we come out in the huddle, we calling it, and then he motioned,
boom,
and then it was
there. You go. Well, so look, let me share this also. All of you, I believe, have been at your respective schools all during your high school time period. Big Twan, I'm gonna start with you first on this one. Here you are, you're a young man. All of you lived through COVID and the pandemic, and we're not gonna focus on that as much today, right? That's almost too easy of a topic.
Right.
Here's what I continue to say for all the listeners. COVID was hard on y'all. It was hard on sports. It was hard on kids. It was hard on families, right? So we're not going to dwell on that. I want to focus more on, Big Twan, I'll start with you. How have you seen yourself grow and being involved in sports, particularly football, 9th grader, senior, right? And then now, like, you know, do you feel your leadership developed? Do you feel all these things going and taking place in your life? Let me share a little bit of that with us, man.
First, I noticed my maturity grew from my freshman, sophomore year to my junior, senior year.
Nice.
Because I realized my sophomore year, we was still hooping. They took our season. I knew my seniors couldn't play again.
Right.
So I'm like, dang, they could take this anytime, for real.
Yeah. So, COVID, you know, and without getting too deep into basketball, and I know y'all are multiple sport athletes, man, but Big Twan, we had an episode before, we had some Beechcroft basketball guys in, and Beechcroft was the game that was slated to go play in the state playoffs when COVID, we got a phone call. They was about to get on the bus.
Yeah.
And they was like, no, y'all, we going to postpone it, you know, a couple of days. Then a couple of weeks, and then right. So you're understanding. You grow through that situation. Your maturity changes. You become a senior. So then tell me a little bit about your mindset. Let's go back a summer, right? And you're leading into your senior year, and about preparation and what headspace were you in?
I was just locked in. Like, it's my last go around. That's when it hit me. I knew it was like, man.
Yeah.
Especially football, because everybody don't get to play football after high school.
That's right.
So
that's right.
And then I heard high school football the best football you're gonna play, because like it get more. It's like a business, college and pro.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I just locked in.
Nice. Well, tell me about your preparation though. I get locked in, but I mean, were you last summer? So like, let's say right now we got listeners, and we got all walks of life listeners. I don't know if y'all know that. We got people who are. I mean, I got folks who walk up to me older in their 60s. I listened to one of the shows, and then I got young fellas who come up, middle school kids, right? So if I'm a junior right now, and I'm sitting someplace at home, and I'm preparing for the football season, right? And my team is doing weightlifting and all those things. Tell a little bit about what you did. You sitting here, you a first-team all-league player. You big time, right? You know what I mean? You played at a high level. So what was some of that preparation?
I definitely went to the weightliftings, and I didn't short myself. So I was adding weight, even if I like knew I couldn't lift it.
Right.
But I always thought I could lift, like, so I would at least get one rep of like
nice.
315, like
okay,
315, 345, something like that.
315, 345, you know, just throw it out
like
there, right?
Yeah,
just 315, 345,
just like that.
Yeah.
Nah, but I was also I was trying to run more too, because I wasn't the best like endurance football player. You know, football. That's especially coming off that edge, you need to.
Certainly. So you built yourself up then, man. You done a lot to get yourself ready.
Yeah, coaches got me right. Coaches.
Yeah, you know, the beauty of what you just shared, man, is that also you made it sound simple, and I know I mocked you a little bit, but the reality is you continue to challenge yourself, right? You continue to challenge yourself. So I'm going to give that same type of energy to you. Daizhon, share with me, man, like, you know, here you are, preparation, big season, and here's something that, like, I think I want listeners to know. We talked a little bit about that Africentric. Beechcroft, and I see all types of programs, right? Football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, whatever it may be. I see a little bit of everything, right? Obviously through the seat that I'm in. And Beechcroft has a traditional football kind of powerhouse, like they're expected to come out year after year and find a way to win big games, right, and be competitive, and that's sort of a new territory for South and Africentric. So we heard we heard Dan talk a little bit about cultural change in the building, in the program, and and I'm going to let Big Dan. I mean, I'm going to let Dan here in a moment share a shout out piece per se to their coach who's at the helm right now, but share with us a little bit about South and getting into this space where now you all are competitive and you're expecting to win games. Like what do you see from 9th grade to senior year?
Definitely more like a respect thing. Because so when I first came to South, it was like, you was expect
more like a respect thing.
No, yeah, it's a respect thing. Just because, like, I mean, we was always expected to like lose. We was the team that, you feel me? We was the easy dub.
No doubt, I get that.
But 9th grade year, I came in and Yates came, and like he kind of just changed.
Who's Yates? You just said Yates, like everybody
Yates,
knows.
our football coach.
Coach Yates, there we go. Coach Yates,
give a shout out to Coach
Yates on the show. Yeah, he gets love.
But yeah, he came in. We got new
and we
jerseys.
give shout outs, just so y'all know that's what we do.
Shout outs.
Yes, indeed. Right. So just believe. Definitely share people's names. Go ahead. So Coach Yates comes in.
But yeah, basically he came in, he changed the culture. You could feel in the school, we got new lockers, a new weight room, new jerseys. You know, and it was more so like what y'all was saying about y'all school, like people want to play now. So at South now, like now the thing is to play football, because before we was a basketball school. I mean, shout out to them, they good, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
they had a great run too.
Yeah, but like that's what we was known for.
Right.
But now we known for football, and now, you know, we compete in those big games.
Do you feel like you were a part of that? I mean, and I'm gonna give shout outs to coaches, but you all, this is another thing for today. You can stick your chest out a little bit today. Right. You know what I mean? You can feel, you know what I mean? You can feel good about your accomplishments. That's what this space is for. This space is to honor you all. So did you feel like you were a part of that success as it built over the years? Because y'all didn't just turn it around in one night.
Nah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a I was there a part of the change. It happened sort of like my freshman year, but like over the time, you know, like Big Twan was saying, like you mentor me, not mentor, you mature over the time.
Okay.
So like just with that, you feel me? I matured. You feel me? I wanted to compete, but it really started with me. I mean, when I got serious, everybody else got serious. So got serious in the weight room. Got serious.
I ain't mad at that at all. So you helped lead that charge.
Yeah.
Do you feel? Did Coach lean on you a lot to help be a part of the voice for the team?
Yeah, just because. So
I hear you talk a lot. That's what people have told me. So are you a talker, man? You got something? You got a lot to say, don't you? You got a lot on your mind up in there, man. A lot working in that box up there. You smiling for our listeners. This young man is smiling ear to ear right now. We got some radio folks, man, that can't see you smiling. So come on, I got it. But could you feel Coach leaning on you to some degree?
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, that's kind of hard for me, just because like when somebody like basically like he didn't hand me the team, but like he kind of did, like, you know, like this show team, especially like this last year. And the goal was for us to beat Marion Franklin. Okay. And that's something that we haven't did in like over 30 years.
Yeah, a rivalry team. Yeah.
So that was one thing that we kind of like really was on like the whole year, and we kind of prepared for it. So it was like a week by week thing, but it's like all in all, we knew that we wanted to win that game. We wanted to win the games before it.
Certainly. Well, you know, and the beauty of that is that, like, you know, for all of our teams in these games, and right, we have these moments. One of the things I always want all young people to understand, like, no matter, you know, the differences in the names of the schools and all that, like the games, even when you go out and be fierce, like at the end of the day, y'all sit down. Yeah. We're all young people, a part of the same fabric, right? I'm a Columbus City kid, right? I was running around out here one day at Columbus Walnut Ridge, and I wasn't tough as y'all. I tried to play football, and it was like, nah, man, go back into the gym, dude. You ain't supposed to be out here, right? So I didn't last very long out there and doing the football. So you felt you could see being a part of that, and so I understand that. So Dan, I'm gonna even come back to you as you're out there. This season, and y'all are getting wins and having success, right? You're feeling the cultural change. You know, like, is there any moment where y'all started to say to yourselves, like, yeah, man, like it's like we're arriving a little bit? Did you ever notice that this season, or maybe you just didn't? Maybe I was just out there having fun and playing.
To be honest, it's like we would beat teams that we've never beat before, and we wouldn't know until after the game or the week of. So it was like we would use that as fuel into the game. Like at the beginning of the week, our coach would tell us, "Oh, y'all ain't never beat Marion Franklin, or y'all ain't never beat South, or y'all haven't beat South in so and so years." Yeah. And just to go out there and win those type of games is just crazy, because it's a confidence booster, and you're winning games that you never thought you would. You're basically doing stuff you never thought you would probably do. Right. And as you're doing it, you don't feel that you're doing it, but then when you look back and think about what you did, it's crazy.
Nice memories, right?
Yeah.
So Big Twan, let me go to you for a moment. I heard you talk about maturing. I'm hearing confidence booster. So let me ask you, like, are you able? Can you carry that maturity and that confidence over into life? Are you at that space where you can do that?
Like, being on a team in general, it puts you in a lot of like scenarios and positions for like business and stuff like that, for like work.
Yeah, real life.
Yeah, like adult life. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, hey, let me share with y'all, right? I hear young people all the time. Y'all say like, "Hey, man, I'm grown. I'm right." Hey, let me share with you.
I be playing around.
I'll be trolling.
Let me share with you. Adult life is not all that fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you're in a position right now to be young and have fun. Be responsible, but be young and have fun. Because you know, if you don't have to be an adult right now, don't be an adult. It's great that you can learn those lessons, right? And like you said, being on a team helps you kind of be able to you know what I mean, to learn those pieces, and it helps you. What I haven't done yet, and I want to dig a little bit into more like specifics. So share with us, Big Twan, we'll start with you. What position did you play? You know what I mean? Give me a rundown of all of that. I'm Big Twan. I know we know who you are, but like share with everybody that type of stuff on the football field.
I played DN, tackle, and tight end. Went third team all state for tackle.
Nice.
All city for both sides of the ball.
Okay. So DN, if I don't know, and I'm doing this for the listeners, but I do know, but I'm asking it this way. But you're supposed to be getting a lot of sacks and stuff like that, man. Do you got any big games where you was getting to the quarterback?
Every game, for real. Every game.
He almost made me spit up my water, everybody. I'm sorry about every game you was getting to the quarterback.
Yeah, around second quarter, I start get double team. Third, fourth quarter, triple team.
Right.
You gotta switch me sides.
Nice.
Got their number one lineman following me.
Right.
Other side. So it was funny for real.
Yeah. I can bet that can be a fun moment. So Dan, we'll go to you, man. What position did you play? Give us some of that.
I played wide receiver, corner, and then punt return and kick return.
Okay. I mean, did you get any of them to the house?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
yeah.
Every pick I had this year was a pick six.
Is that an accurate stat?
No, yeah, that's an accurate stat.
Every pick was a pick six this year for you.
Yes, sir.
No. Am I hearing no? Or that's
that's actually true though.
That is a phenomenal stat, man.
You yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That's a phenomenal stat. That every pick was a pick six. I mean,
but it was hard to get the picks though. Honestly,
just say we don't even throw the ball.
Even a lot of teams didn't throw the ball this year as much. Especially my side.
Yeah.
So I really didn't get the opportunity to get as much picks as I wanted to, but when it came down to it, like when I got the chance,
you out there.
Yeah, when I got the chance to get the picks, I made sure I took them to the house.
I ain't mad at that, man. I love that spirit about you, man. So like before we get to the next part, Daizhon, tell us, come on, man. What'd you play? What's give us a memory, man?
All right, so I was a D tackle, but my primary position was DN, defensive end. My favorite game probably had to be Eastmore. So we was in it for like the first half, and then you know how that. But I had like 4 sacks, had a few tackle for loss, and I had an interception.
Okay,
I got an interception on the screenplay. So
I was gonna say you had an interception. Hey, you know the beauty when you see a D lineman or something like that get an interception.
Yeah. It's like what are they about to do with the ball? Like,
no doubt. Where is he going with it?
Where is he going?
So like as I'm hearing all of that. Is that a moment that stands out to you? Like when you look back on the season, is that probably one of those highlights for you? That a feel good moment,
right? Then it was only interception, so I was like,
"That's all right. You ain't supposed to get interceptions, really. You know what I mean?"
But it's like DNs usually don't get interceptions,
no doubt.
So it's like when you get one, it's like I got the ball because he was doing the screenplay, but they tried to run the screenplay like 3 plays before.
Yeah,
I'm like,
so you read it out well then.
So I read it out. I waited. He threw it. And I one-handed and I ran. I got tackled, but it was still like
you're supposed to crib that.
I one-handled it, yes indeed. So let me shift this to a degree, right? At that game or at any of your games, so tell me a little bit about your support system. Who in your life is helping you get through all the challenges of being a young person, being a football player, being a kid who's on the team, because it takes a lot of dedication. So give me a little bit.
It's a lot of people, but
well, give me the primary folks.
My primary would probably be my grandmother.
Nice.
That's who I stay with.
We say names. Come on, give grandma's name out there.
Her name Roberta. Shout out to Roberta Cox.
There we go. Yes, indeed.
My mom and my dad, they just got back active. So
okay.
Malika and Daizhon.
They finding their space with you, right?
Yeah, they find their space. And then pretty much just my friend group in my school. So like you were saying, like, I mean, myself, I'm the man. So it's like,
I'm the man.
I'm the man.
That's all right. You allowed to be the man.
So I kind of had like the school on my back. So I mean, I kind of get a little support from everybody. So like, a lot of different places. But I mean, I appreciate everybody.
And here, let me say this: like the beauty of being an athlete in school, and that's why I share for all young people. Go try out for something. Be involved, right? Because it just helps you have a connection differently with your building and your school. Dan, same thoughts to you, man. Give me a little bit of love for your support team, man.
Honestly, it's a lot of support.
But like
primarily, my parent, my family, like my mom, my dad, Danielle.
Yeah, come on.
Say names.
Danielle, William Wagner.
Yeah, no doubt.
Then you got my little brother.
And I just be at your games, and I know your pops, man. I know, you know what I mean. He's Team Dan all the way, man. He's very supportive of you and wants to see you do well.
Definitely. And then, you got my aunts. Do I gotta say their names?
No. But I just want to know that primary group.
Yeah, it's the
that primary group.
Really, mostly my parents, and then my grandpa.
Certainly. Okay.
His name William Wagner too.
Okay. Okay. There we go. Nothing wrong. So come on, big fella. What you got over there?
Really, my mom and my dad, Lil Twan, and then Jackie Williams.
You call Dad Little Twan, and
he Lil Twan.
That's beautiful.
Now.
I love that, man.
Wow.
Right
he Lil Twan.
Yes,
Lil Twan is crazy.
That's beautiful.
Now.
So and let me share why I asked that question for you all, because I want listeners and people to understand that with all of your accomplishments, somebody is there helping and is on your support team helping you get there. Right? It's easy sometimes for young people to and yes, this is the show where you stick your chest out and you get to have fun today, right? But it's easy sometimes to forget. You know what I mean? You think that maybe you're carrying that load and that burden by yourself, and you're not. I mean, there's a lot of people in your corner on your team that's trying to help you out. And so the reason why I like to give give that energy when you can is because if you don't, it's easy to forget. I think all of you get it. And so now as we sit here, right, and I want to talk to you all about so what's next, and anybody can dive out like what's next for you. Where are you going? You guys are graduating here in a couple of weeks, right? Big moment. As I said, y'all are class of 22 young fellas. And I know earlier before the show started, we had some little prom talk, right? So you get to get cleaned up, right? You get to get cleaned up and get yourself polished for the night and have a good time. I share this piece real quick. I'm gonna put I used to be a building administrator. Put my hat on real quick. Here's a comment I used to share with seniors and parents at their senior meeting. I would say, parents, prom night is all about your kid. That's date night. Facts. Get to have fun. Be responsible. Get to have fun. But here, graduation is all about your parents. I know when you graduate, you think it's about you, but your parents remember you when they had you as a little baby in the palm of their hand when you was little, right? When you was little Twan. They remember you at that stage. So what I share with you is that take that moment to congratulate them for being on your side to help get you to that space. But I want to talk about, you know what I mean, that other piece. So what's next? Anybody dive out first. Who wants to talk about what's next for you post graduation? As they look around the room, they nodding. This fall coming up, I'll be going to the University of Toledo. Playing football. Okay. Get it.
So I'm just looking forward to that. I've been training. I'm just excited for that.
Okay.
I'm gonna study business.
Nice. Okay, but look, when you get, a lot of people when they get off to school, they change their majors. I'm glad you know that space right now, but don't feel uncomfortable when you get into a space. If you find out that it's not what you thought it was, don't have an issue with changing major. That happens all the time with young people. Okay, so you off to Toledo. Anybody else want to share maybe what's next?
All right, so I'm going to be going to OSU in the fall.
Okay.
On a full-ride academic scholarship.
Nice.
I'm going to play on the club team for a year and then walk on my second year at OSU.
Do it.
On the football team.
Yeah.
I've been talking to a few of the coaches and the club coaches and stuff. So
good for you, man. So and from what I understand, you're also one of the district student ambassadors.
Yeah.
So in that capacity, you get to chop it up every once in a while with the superintendent.
Yep.
I don't even get to talk to the superintendent. Y'all, you know what I mean? Student ambassadors, y'all are a special bunch, man. Y'all get to chop it up with the head boss, and she is a phenomenal leader for us. We're lucky to have her here in Columbus City. What you got, Big Twan?
I'll be at Central State.
Nice. Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna study manufacturing engineering.
Manufacturing engineering, okay. Yeah, I don't even know what that entails, right?
Yeah, so that sounds like something smart.
That sound like good stuff, And so now as we begin to, wrap it up here to some degree, what I'd like for each of you to share for me is a challenge that you had. It doesn't necessarily have to be football related, but just during high school. Think for a moment, think of maybe a challenge you had, and then maybe how you were able to transition through that.
I got y'all.
Big Twan said he got this one first. Yes, indeed. Hey, hold on. As he's saying these things, don't lose your thought. you either had so many challenges you can't think of one, or you didn't have any challenge. We don't know. We'll find out in a moment. But so one or the other, right? You had so many, or you didn't have any that you can't. But Big Twan, you got it, man. The floor is yours.
COVID.
Oh, yeah, that don't count.
It's like nah. Probably just staying in my books, like when we were virtual, that junior year.
Yeah,
because it was
an offset of COVID.
Yeah.
Hey, it's tough to get out the bed when your mind ain't clicking and saying you got to, right? You know what I mean? I get that. Real facts. Talk. Yeah, I get that. What you got for us, Dan?
Honestly, really, it was. I was gonna say COVID because of the situation that happened with us.
Yeah.
Because we got shut out like 2 days before the city championship.
Yeah.
And then that
was tough.
And then that added,
and he's talking basketball for people who don't understand, which is okay.
Yeah.
No. But that's a part of your DNA. Your experiences become a part of your DNA, right? So no, I get that.
Yeah. So that really changed a lot. They made us all lock in and focus, like. As a school, as all athletes, we just locked in more.
Certainly.
Because we took it personal because, like, we got something took from us that we couldn't even control.
Yeah.
And we took it for granted because we didn't expect nothing like that to happen. So that just was something that I learned from and went harder. It's basically something I look at and just when I don't want to do something, I look at when I couldn't do it and I wanted to do it, but now I'm here and I can do it, so I might as well just do it.
Daizhon, before we get to you, and part of what I'll say is this, right? Like, I don't know if there was any tougher situation or more difficult situation, and I'm not knocking young people, but like I think if you were in high school when COVID hit, like that was a punch in the gut.
Definitely
because you had so many years in, you know what I mean? Like you had so many years in school, and when you get to that 10th, 11th grade, we're hoping that you start to feel the routine, like you get a good rhythm about you, just a life rhythm, right? And if you don't understand what life rhythm is, look into that. Man, I want y'all to get a good life rhythm. If you don't, right? But what I'm sharing is that you get to that point and then everything turned upside down.
Yeah.
So like even for me on the adult side, like as someone who is seeing COVID, it didn't affect me the same way it affected you all because I was able, and I think a lot of other, like, my friends, people that I communicate with, we were able to transition to some degree, right?
Yeah.
But for you, your world has been this for so long, and then all of a sudden it's like
you don't know what to do.
We just gonna turn this on its head and then say go figure it out. And so I understand that. And really that can be your same energy. I don't know if that's what you want to share, but is that the space? Like, is that what's like what stands out to you about maybe, you know what I mean, that process? Because y'all come back into school though this year. Yeah. Like I would think that would be maybe somewhat of a different type of challenge because you've been away for so long, and then you land on the first day of school last year as a senior. Yeah. Like, okay, let's go back to the way everything was. You like, really?
Yeah, that's one of the hardest things. I think being in COVID and transition and kind of like out of it a little bit, just because, I mean, I feel like it was a lot more football left to be played. Like my junior year, I only got like 6 or 7 games.
Yeah.
And then just knowing, like, if you would think about it, we really only got like 1 full year of high school, and that was our freshman year because we left sophomore year virtually, and junior year we was virtually, and then senior year we came back. So it's like a lot of class time that was left out, a lot of stuff on the field.
Friendships you missed out on. It's just it was a lot, honestly.
I'm forever thankful though.
You all will, like, that will be one, if you're ever stuck in life. I'm saying this really and sincerely as young people who were in high school. Now, like I said, I'm not saying that middle school and elementary wasn't equally as tough on them, but I had an elementary student at the time. That was tough on parents, right? My son was like, I get to stay home again. Yeah, you can stay home again. Like, just stay home again. So like, it's just, and that's an extended summer almost, right, to some degree. And I'm not saying it's the same everywhere. So I want to make that clear. Everyone's situation is different. But I share with you all that if you ever get to a place in life and you having a moment, just say to yourself, like, man, I made it through COVID in high school, right?
Yeah.
Like, so that should help you just bounce back.
For sure.
Right? Like, whenever you struggling, work, life, whatever, have that moment and allow yourself to pull on that strength, because you all sit here as successful young men You represent different schools, but you represent also the bigger fabric of Columbus City. And you all are the example of what we're trying to do as a school system, as a league, and young people and all that. And your memories get to go with you forever, right? You get to have those memories forever with you. I told you it was going to go fast. I'm getting the cue. They're telling me we got to start to wrap up. And so before I go into the outro, we're going to start in the middle this time. I'm going to let each of you share some parting shots, some parting words. You say what you want to say. What comes to your mind? Big Twan, we're going to go with you first.
Hey, shout out Coach Simmons. Shout out Beechcroft. Shout out JJ. Shout out Monty. Feel me?
Nice.
Shout out my family.
Yes, indeed. Giving that love to to your brethren who are there with you over at Beechcroft. We going to you, Dan. It's on you, man.
Shout out to my family, first off. Shout out to my grandparents. And specifically, I love my grandparents.
Nice.
I'm always over there.
Nice.
Shout out to Bates. Shout out to Coach Jamel.
Yeah.
Shout out to all my teammates, football, basketball, track. Shout out to Africentric.
Yeah,
shout out to Africentric. And shout out to AJ, man. AJ Strong.
Yeah,
shout out to AJ.
I love that. Is that AJ Davis?
For sure.
Nice. I love that. We're going to get AJ on the show, too. I talked to him a while back. We're going to get him on the show. That's my guy.
That's going to be fire. That's going to be a good episode.
That's my guy. So on you, Mr. Cox.
All right. I'm going to give a shout out to my school, especially my football team. I'm proud of everything that we accomplished this year.
Yeah.
And you feel me? I hope they do good things next year. Shout out to my family. And yeah, shout out to Coach Yates. Thanks for turning around the program.
There we go. Yes, indeed. Hey, look, man, gentlemen, I appreciate you all. I got to read this out. I don't have it memorized. I say that every show because I really don't have it memorized. So I'm actually going to be reading the outro, right? I think they probably think at this point I should have it memorized, but I don't. That's all we have for today. Thank you all for listening. Much respect to you three young men. You all represented yourselves, your family, your schools extremely well. Be sure to catch all future episodes on Radio WCBE 90.5. Also catch us on Spotify, Apple, or the platform you prefer to listen to your favorite podcast. Additionally, follow us on Instagram, City League Sports 614. Until next time, I am your host, Vince Clarno. This is City League Sports.